Hello, it's Kiki from KikiSimLive, and today I thought I'd try and create a video for Halloween. It's obviously not made in one day, I don't know why I said today. But yeah, this video is especially for Halloween. I decided to create the Corpse Bride from the Tim Burton movie, and I kind of wanted to create this character ever since we got the skeleton bodies in Jungle Adventure, and ever since I saw those I was like, ooh, that'll be great to make a corpse bride from. Now of course the character actually is called Emily. That's just the title of the film because she's a corpse and she's a bride, spoiler. So the dress, obviously I can't entirely make it completely accurate because the dress actually drapes all the way over the floor, and you can't really do that in The Sims because of the way the weight is distributed over the garment, so it's not a dynamic movement. It's all just very, what do you call that? Well, it moves with the body part that it comes with, so it's not a dynamic cloth movement, if you will. So it would look very weird if you would create something that drapes all around them and then they'd walk with it. So I decided to keep it a bit shorter. So essentially, I think also one of the reasons why there's a split in the dress is so you can see her leg, because one of her legs is actually just bones, so a skeleton along with her arm as well. So what I'm doing here is I've taken the skeleton arm from the skeleton from Jungle Adventure, and then also the leg, and then I'm just adjusting that to fit on the body. So as I usually make the clothes for the custom content that I create, is that I just Frankenmash clothes together that kind of already look like the garment, and then I just stitch them together to make it look like the garment. Of course, in this situation I couldn't entirely do that because I had to make some adjustments for the fact that this is a game version of it. But this particular thing that I'm doing right now is, at first I thought she was wearing socks, so she had a skeletal foot with a sock on it. It was only when I started to really, close up look at it to get to see what the details were, when I realized, actually that's a flesh foot. So it's kind of like the flesh on her leg is draped down a bit, and she still has a foot left, but the rest of it is all bones. And the same thing here, although this is not a hand, this is actually a glove, but I did need some, topology just to be able to create the glove over the bones. So I just kept the hand, and then later on I'll just re-texture that to look like a glove. I hope everybody is really excited for Halloween. I sure was. I had this great big plan to go to a party. I'd, bought all my costumes because I couldn't choose. But now in the end, because of the current situation, I won't be able to go to a party, so that's very sad. I will still be dressing up though. I'm not going to let this ruin my plans of the costumes that I had created. So I will still dress up for Halloween, and I'll just make it a cocktail baking night or something. Now the other thing that she has is that her rib cage is actually showing through a gash in her side. So right now I'm just going to take a chunk of topology away there, and then I'm going to add a part of the rib cage from the actual skeleton. And now I'm doing something a little bit different. So I don't know if you've seen any pictures or seen the movie itself, but she has very cartoonesque like eyelashes, like these really spindly ones that, you know, really poke out. Kind of reminded me of Yzma, although not quite so extreme. And we didn't really have eyelashes like that in game, they're just one big chunky block. So I decided to try and make individual eyelashes, but a bit more in a cartoon style. So for this costume, it just has two parts. So one part is actually the veil, the hairband, and the eyelashes, which is like a glasses accessory that you can add onto it, and then the dress, the hair, and everything else, the shoes, is just another item, as in a costume, if you will. So I just try to keep the uploads a little bit less now, but I will also include an upload for if you just wanted to get the individual eyelashes. I mean, I do appreciate the fact that they're a bit cartoony, but then again, The Sims is in a way itself as well, so they're not hyper realistic, but they're just a bit more individual. You know, if you wanted to go for that rather than just the singular eyelash that The Sims has right now. So right now you can see me adding that onto a glasses asset. I won't be keeping the glasses, I will be deleting that mesh, but I just needed mesh, I don't know what that pronunciation was. Oh, and right now I'm also putting that texture into the glasses slot, but I'll be moving it onto the eyelashes later on, so just ignore that bit. I don't remember what I was saying before. Oh yeah, I just needed the glasses item itself, so the package file, to be able to upload that. So right now I didn't include the video material for it, but I've adjusted the hair to look more like her. It's the hair from Discover University? Yes, Discover University. And right now I'm just creating the hairband, and I know that the roses that actually come on the actual hairband are very wilted. I could have, you know, individually modeled that, but I was really on, you know, time sensitive. I was working on 2 projects at the same time. I also have a full-time job, so I mean, there's limited time that I have. So in this case, I just added some roses just to give the idea of what that headband is. Headband is, so it's not hyper accurate to the item in the movie, but close enough, inspired by it. And for the veil, I'm actually using the skirt again. I did have to play around with the mesh quite a lot to get it to look like a veil. So I don't know if it would have been faster to mesh one myself, but I figured this one already has the texture, so why not just go with that one? So that's what I did. I just used that skirt and then adjusted it, which actually took a lot longer than you see me do in the video here. So eventually the hairband and the veil are going to be joined with the eyelashes, and then the hair is joined with the actual dress. So here we're on to the texturing. So I've just collected all the textures that I wanted to use for the dress, and now I'm just going to adjust them, make them all into a grayscale as I'll be adding the colors later. So yeah, I'm just using all the existing textures that we have in game already, just to match, mix and merge and, you know, adjust them in a way that it works for the dress of her. For her, sorry. If you're wondering what I'm doing right now, so the dress is really frayed, especially the bodice, so right now I'm just making all the tears and grunge and everything. And now I've just created a color swatch at the top of the colors that I want to use, and now I'm just adding the colors to the garments. Now the skin is also added to the costume itself. I really didn't want to have like a billion separate package files just all in one costume, so the skin is added in there as well, and I'm just adjusting the lip shape a bit, and then I'll be adding the adjusting the shape of the eyebrows, and also I will be adding the gash in the cheek through which the teeth are visible. Oh, and this lip color is actually not that correct. I'll be adjusting it later to a deeper purple. I was looking at a different reference picture where it was a bit more pink, but eventually it turned out to be a lot more purple, so I had to adjust that in the end. And there we go, there she is. So again, the eyelashes, the veil and the hairband are a separate item, and then the rest is all a singular item that you can just drop onto your sim. So I hope that you've enjoyed the video. Have a lovely day, see you later, and bye bye.